In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn a simple piece of pine board into something unique, with a practical and interesting purpose. Follow the step-by-step process and get inspired by this idea. The board I'm going to use is 1 meter and 20 centimeters long and 25 centimeters wide. I'll start by cutting 2 sections, each measuring 60 centimeters long. I'm sure you've never seen anything like what I'm about to make in this video. So hit the like button to make sure YouTube keeps recommending creative woodworking content to you. Now I'll run them through the thickness planer to clean both sides. I'll adjust the thickness of each to 20 millimeters. Reading your comments is honestly what keeps me motivated to come up with new ideas and projects. I read every single one and reply to as many as I can. And your feedback really helps YouTube share this with more people. So drop a long time if you've been watching for a while, and a new if this is your first time here. I'll apply some wood glue to this piece. I'll use a brush to spread it evenly. I'll also add a bit of super glue in a few spots to help with bonding. Then, I'll place this piece over the other. To press them together, I'll use clamps. I'll align the sides carefully before tightening everything in place. I'll leave it clamped for a few hours until the glue dries, then move on to the next step. Well, a few hours have passed, and it looks like the glue has dried, so I can go ahead and remove the clamps. I'll trim both ends so the edges are neat, even, and perfectly straight. The final width will be 24 centimeters. At first, I cut it to 24.5 centimeters wide, but now I'll reduce it to 24 centimeters. With that adjustment done, I'll make the cut. Next, I'll use this jig, which has 3 holes, each 75 millimeters in diameter. They are spaced 3 centimeters apart. The jig measures 39 centimeters long by 9.5 centimeters wide. I'll position it right at the center of the board, aligned from this side. I've already set 72 millimeters on the combination square to ensure it stays well centered. Now I'll apply a little super glue. I'll apply just a small amount to the ends. It will be placed like this, so I'll make sure it's properly aligned before the glue sets. Now I'll use the router with a 6 millimeter straight bit and the guide bushing to make a recess at these points. I'll go over it several times, removing about half a centimeter with each pass. With the piece securely held in place, it's much safer to work. While I'm using the router here, it's worth saying, this is one of the most useful tools in woodworking. It allows you to make recesses like these, precise joints, moldings, rounded edges, and even decorative details. When it comes to versatility, it's a must-have. That's why I use it so often in the projects here on the channel. If you're thinking about getting one too, I've added 3 models I recommend in the description. This tool can take your projects to the next level. Check them out. I'm making this recess gradually, in small steps, to avoid putting too much strain on the router or the bit. This helps prevent overload, gives me more control over the cut, and results in a cleaner finish. The final depth ended up being around 18 millimeters. Let's remove the jig. So it's going to be glued again here. Next, I'll place the jig back, aligning it through this hole and along the side. This part will be done in the same way. With the help of a square, I'll draw a line from one side to the other, exactly at this spot. I'll apply a bit of glue here. I'll place the jig exactly along the line I just marked, aligning it from the outside edge. That way, the holes will be centered to match the others. Here, the recess will be done the same way. Once again, I'll add some glue in both of these spots. I'll align the jig using this hole and the side as references. This step will be repeated only at this position. These 4 recesses will be repeated the same way on this side. I won't show this entire process on video to keep it from becoming too long and repetitive. Next, I'll run the board through the thickness planer to clean the surface. If you'd like to support the channel in a meaningful way, you can become a member. The join button is right below and all the details are there. I'd love to have you as part of this community. There are 2 flaws in the wood here, so I'll fill them using this wood filler in chestnut color. With the filler now dry, I'll sand the surface using a random orbital sander and 180 grit sandpaper. After sanding, I'll use the router again with a 30mm molding bit to bevel all the edges around the recessed areas and along the sides. Once that's done, I'll sand everything by hand, starting with 320 grit sandpaper and finishing with 400. Alright, the final finish will be done using high-gloss polyurethane varnish. I'll add the catalyst to speed up the drying process. The varnish will be applied using this spray gun. If you want access to thousands of woodworking plans that you can use to create, sell, and profit from, check the links I left in the description. It might be exactly what you need. Do you want to take a guess at what this item is for? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you thought it might be. Well, folks, here's the finished project. The item I made today is a display stand for jewelry or small items. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you won't miss the upcoming videos. And remember, by sharing this video, you're helping me bring more projects to the channel. So share it with anyone who enjoys woodworking. Feel free to leave your thoughts about this idea in the comments. I read every message and respond to as many as I can. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.